I'd now like to move to our agenda. Trustee Morales, will you please convene the Committee on University Faculty Personnel?
Thank you, Vice Chair Day. This is now time for the committee to consider today's consent agenda. Does any committee member wish to remove any item from the consent agenda for further discussion? Hearing none, the consent agenda is approved. The committee has 3 action items in today's discussion agenda. The first 2 items are action items on executive compensation and will be presented consecutively. The third item is an action item regarding the revision of Title V. Item 2 is an action item, compensation for the President of California State University, Bakersfield. Item 3 is an action item, compensation for the President of California State University, Dominguez Hills. The 2 items will be presented by Chancellor White. Chancellor White.
Thank you, Trustee Morales. Today I bring before the board compensation recommendations for 2 campus presidents. In each case, the recommended salary is the same as the predecessor. I'm extremely pleased to welcome Lynette Zelensky as the next president of California State University, Bakersfield. She becomes the 5th permanent president of CSU Bakersfield and the first woman to serve in that role. She will join the campus in her new capacity in late June. She succeeds Dr. Horace Mitchell, who will retire from the university at the end of the 2017-18 academic year. Dr. Zelensky has been Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs for Fresno State since 2014. In that capacity, she is the campus's Chief Academic Officer. She joined Fresno State in 1988 and has served in a variety of roles, including Associate Provost, Dean, and Associate Vice President for the Division of Continuing and Global Education, Associate Dean for the Craig School of Business, Chair of the Psychology Department, where she was also a lecturer, then Assistant Professor, Associate Professor, and Full Professor. She has served as a visiting professor at the University of Stockholm in Sweden, an American Council of Education Fellow at Towson University in Maryland, and is a Fulbright Scholar in Germany. She was a nominee for the U.S. Professor of the Year awarded by the Carnegie Foundation for the Advancement of Teaching and the Council for Advancement and Support of Education. A product of the CSU, Dr. Zelensky earned bachelor's and master's degree in psychology from Humboldt State University, a PhD in applied social psychology from Claremont Graduate University, and an MBA with distinction from the Craig School of Business at Fresno State. As you see in the amended handout, I'm recommending an annual salary of $313,044. This is the same salary as the current president, Dr. Horace Mitchell. Additionally, she will receive an annual housing allowance of $50,000. In accordance with trustee policy, a monthly auto allowance of $1,000 and standard benefits for CSU executive employees will be provided. Before going further, I would be remiss to not thank the faculty, staff, trustee, student, and presidential involvement in the search committee. I also want to congratulate Dr. Horace Mitchell for his upcoming retirement at the end of the academic year and thank him for providing excellent leadership and for all that he has done to advance the student-centered mission of the California State University, Bakersfield. And we'll have a chance to celebrate Horace more extensively before he leaves us later on this year. Item 3 is the compensation for the president of Cal State University, Dominguez Hills, and very pleased to welcome Tom Parham as the next president of Dominguez Hills. He becomes the 8th permanent president of this campus and will join the campus in his new role in late June. He succeeds Dr. Willie Hagan, who will retire from the university at the end of the 17-18 academic year. Parham has served as Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs at the University of California, Irvine, a role he has held since 2011. During his more than 30-year career at UCI, he has also served as an adjunct faculty member and held leadership positions including Assistant Vice Chancellor for Counseling and Health Services, Counseling Center Director, and Director of the Career and Life Planning Center. Prior to joining UCI, he served on the faculty at the University of Pennsylvania. Having grown up in Southern California, he earned a bachelor's degree in social ecology from UCI. He earned a master's in counseling psychology from Washington University in St. Louis, and a PhD in counseling psychology from Southern Illinois University, Carbondale. He's licensed to practice psychology in California. As you will see in the amended handout, I'm recommending an annual salary of $324,029. This is the same salary as the current president, Dr. Willie Hagan. Dr. Parham will receive an annual housing allowance of $60,000, and in accordance with trustee policy, a monthly auto allowance of $1,000 and standard benefits for CSU executive employees will be provided. I wish to thank the faculty and the staff, the trustee, the student, and the presidential involvement in the search committee along with the community. I also want to congratulate Willie for his upcoming retirement at the end of the academic year and thank him for his remarkable leadership and forward thinking at Dominguez. And we'll have a chance to celebrate Willie along with Horace later on this year. Trustee Morales, this concludes my presentation.
Thank you, Chancellor White. Item 2, the compensation for the president of the California State University, Bakersfield, is an action item before the Committee on University and Faculty Personnel. Only committee members may vote at this time. May I have a motion? Second? Moved in second. Is there any discussion? Hearing no discussion, all those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. Item 3, compensation for the president of California State University, Dominguez Hills, is an action item before the Committee on University and Faculty Personnel. Only committee members may vote. May I have a motion? Okay, any discussion? Hearing no discussion, all in favor, please say aye. Nay. Abstention. Motion passes. Item 4 is an action item proposing a recommended revision of Title V, California Code of Regulations, Vacation Accumulation and Carryover. This item will be presented by Melissa Bard, Vice Chancellor of Human Resource. Ms. Bard.
Thank you, Chair Morales. An information item was presented to the board at its January meeting proposing a change to Title V to align confidential employees' vacation accrual maximum with other employee groups which changed recently during negotiations. It is proposed that Section 42909 of Title V, which addresses vacation accumulation and carryover, be revised to increase the maximum confidential employees' vacation accrual from 384 hours to 440 hours for those with more than 10 years of qualifying service. The proposed Title V revision was noticed for public hearing as required by law and is being presented today for your approval. Trustee Morales, that concludes my presentation.
Thank you for your presentation. Because this item involves amending a provision of Title V of the California Code of Regulations, these proceedings are deemed to be a public hearing under the provisions of the California Education Code. At this time, are there any members of the public who wish to comment on the proposed amendment? Seeing none. This is an action item, so is there a motion for approval? Do I hear a motion for any committee member? Is there a second? Okay. Okay, it was moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Abstentions? The motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Day. The business of the committee is finished.
Thank you, Chair Morales.